It was a quiet morning on the farm when I noticed something unusual. My barn door, which I always left wide open for easy access, was blocked by a sleek black Porsche. I had just finished feeding the livestock and was about to start my usual routine of preparing the fields for harvest. But when I approached the barn, the shiny Porsche was sitting right in my way, taking up the space that was crucial for me to move my equipment in and out. I walked up to the car, knocked on the window, and waited for the driver to roll it down. When the window finally lowered, I was greeted by the face of Karen, one of my neighbors, a woman who always had a sharp tongue and never seemed to care about the people around her. "Excuse me," I said, trying to stay calm, "but you're blocking my barn door. I need to get through." Karen didn't seem to care. In fact, she just gave me a smirk and said, "I'm parked here. You can just wait for me to finish up." She was clearly in no rush. I didn't have time to wait around. My harvester was ready and the crops were waiting to be gathered. Frustration began to build inside me. I explained to Karen that I needed to move the harvester so I could get to work. But she didn't budge. She even dared to say that it wasn't her problem and I should find another way to deal with it. That was it. My patience had run out. I turned on my heel and marched back to the barn where my massive harvester stood. I hopped into the driver's seat, started the engine, and without a second thought, I drove it straight toward the Porsche. The sound of the tires grinding against the pavement filled the air as I steered the harvester toward the car, running right over the front bumper and crushing the hood. Karen's eyes widened in shock as she scrambled out of the car, shouting for me to stop. But it was too late. The damage was done. The Porsche was now barely recognizable, and Karen stood there, stunned, realizing that her little parking stunt had backfired in a big way. I looked at her, unbothered by her outrage, and simply said, "Next time, think before you block someone's barn door." Then I drove away, leaving Karen fuming behind me, knowing well that my harvest couldn't wait.